Oh, hello. Hello. All right, y'all. So, yesterday morning, when I started on those readings, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. As far as the energy that I was going to be dealing with, y'all have to excuse me. I am not acting. I'm an authentic empath. And I went on my other channel and just was acting like a real bitch for real. And I shouldn't have been. It's just that the energy that I'm picking up from those readings is so negative that I have to prepare myself to do them because it's so negative and I almost want to not do them. One of my main concerns was, am I going to get somebody killed? Is somebody going to you know, is somebody, am I going to be, opening up channels, or am I going to be opening up cans of worms that maybe I shouldn't? So that's why I didn't finish them yesterday. And then also, I was really busy with clients yesterday. So um, I'm going to finish them, but I'm going to like do a disclaimer that, before I do them, that will say, hey, if you really think that your man is cheating and you want to go and get a reading to see if that is the case, then, you may not want to just go by this reading unless you already know, because most of the time, as women, we already know. I personally feel that cheating is so horrifying. I think it's even worse when it comes to men, because men, there is a double standard that does exist when it comes to men and women cheating, and men react a lot worse to even the thought of their person cheating on them. um so it is a real, like, negative thing. It really is. And it's horrible. And now I also want to mention something else, is what I wanted to talk about, though. I wanted to talk about how very frustrated I am with YouTube. Okay. I'm a little frustrated. Um, I was talking about this last week where I was going to start doing celebrity readings, in which I want to. I love my celebrities. I love doing readings on them, but I like to reach the regular folk, the common folk. And it seems like on YouTube, it has gotten very industrialized, or is that the word that I'm looking for? YouTube has gotten, is it commercialized? Is that how I should use the term? And so, everybody is into, being the biggest YouTuber. And that's pretty much what everybody is working towards on YouTube. And then also there is the existence of people that have channels, and how YouTube will blacklist your channel. For example, the onion love domination spell that I did the other day, I actually screenshotted it, where YouTube literally chunks off half of my views. And I don't think that that's a coincidence. I think that that is somebody that works at YouTube. I do. I think it's somebody that got hired there, and it's and because I've seen people do that. Um, People don't know how to keep their nose out of other people's business on here. It's almost like it's so bizarre. It's so weird because honestly, every night when I go to bed, the only person's, booty that I worry about is my own. It's so bizarre how people are. I don't like the reaction channels. I don't like that. I really don't. I was actually watching a few because I mean some of the channels on here you can obviously tell, some of the vloggers, especially the ones that are getting hardcore harassed, like on a much bigger scale than me. Okay, I run a small business. I have a small channel. I'm not commercialized. I don't want to be YouTube famous. I'm not a celebrity. I don't want a TV show or a talk show. If I want to do a talk show, I can go live and say, hey, would you like to come on and talk about this or about that? Or maybe I can do an Ask Jamila, live. Or I was throwing around some ideas to have the Witches Home Shopping Network also. So there's a lot of different ideas that I have, and you have people that are on here that are constantly worried about other people. And it is annoying. Being stalked on YouTube is one of the most annoying things ever. Stalking someone on YouTube is very different than watching them, even if you make a reaction to them. When it is stalking, it is obviously stalking, period. And so it does suck. It does suck being in an environment where you're being sexually harassed, where you're constantly being subjugated, your videos are constantly being re-uploaded and stolen from other people that are on here, that have nothing to do with your genre, and it's so weird because it's weird. Okay. And how people want to try to become a part of your life that you want nothing to do with. And so um it's frustrating sometimes, especially when you're a woman and you're having a hormonal moment. Okay. Or you, because there's just, I'm a real person. I'm not this plastic person that's on here trying to pretend to be somebody that I'm not. I'm a witch. I'm not an actor. I don't even consider myself to be like some of the words that they use, mystics, occultists, even spiritualists. I don't even like to call myself that. I call myself what I am, which is a witch. And I feel extremely disrespected sometimes, even when I'm looking at some of these tarot card readers channels. Witches invented the tarot. So you'll have someone reading tarot, and in the chat, you'll see words like, I'm on a witch hunt against witches. I am a witch slayer. And so YouTube is a very plastic, fake place. And I do want to leave YouTube. I can't stand YouTube anymore because of that. They try to control your views, when you get views, why you get views, and it's extremely disgusting and disrespectful to my craft. I get so irritated. I was irritated yesterday morning when I was doing those readings. And it would help. It would honestly help if people would go over to Instagram instead of here. and then I can do live readings over there. Or I was actually, because sometimes I need a break from this platform. Honestly, it's annoying. It is annoying when that's just like, okay, let's say that you draw a painting and or either you make a sculpture and you show it on YouTube and then somebody goes and makes the same sculpture and says, "Hey, I've got this sculpture here and I'm going to showcase it and I'm also going to talk shit about it." So this platform irritates me. It irritates me that there are channels that are blatantly up. They're not even reaction channels. These are channels where a person is stalking you. Like, seriously, like, honestly, and you don't want to be stalked by that person. I mean, have y'all ever been stalked and it's like, okay, I want to be stalked by this person? You know, because it's not stalked in a bad way, because, being stalked in a malignant way sucks. But if it's somebody that you like that's stalking you, you won't necessarily mind. And this platform irritates me because there's so many plastic people. And then another thing that I've noticed that people have been doing is that instead of them taking care of their shit when they are supposed to, they are instead choosing distraction. And I always tell people, because people will ask me, and it's so weird because even when it comes to family members, I didn't talk to my family that much before I relocated. And then all of a sudden, when I relocated, everybody wanted to say, "Oh God, where are you? What are you doing?" And you know what I say to them? I tell them I'm working on me, I'm raising my family, and I'm focused on my love life. That's what I tell them. Okay. And see, this is what ends up happening somewhere between the ages of maybe, okay, let's say 20 and 60 is where you find something to be distracted by. And then you look up in 20 years and you're like, what the hell? You're like, what the hell? Where did all the time go? And then you can't go back. You can't go back and necessarily change the years that have went by. So there are a lot of people on here that will choose a distraction instead of working on themselves. And it is extremely irritating. It is. Okay. Now, some people are not working on themselves. Sometimes people just want entertainment, just straight up entertainment. I watch a few people on YouTube and they may not even be doing nothing, sitting there putting makeup on camera and just talking, and they may have a lot of interesting things to say that day, or maybe they don't. Um, but I just, when it comes to, like, for me, there's some people that are just obsessed with promoting. And that's not where I've been at. I don't need to be trending nowhere. That does nothing for me. I'm more of a shaman type. Now I'll make it do what it do any day of the week. But it's irritating when people want to take your energy and disrespect you. And this is exactly what people have been doing. That's why I don't have, y'all want to know why I don't have any close friends? Okay. Do y'all want to know why I don't have any close friends? Because the last time I tried to do that, it was like, "Hey girl, how you doing?" All the time. "Oh, so and so happened. This happened, that happened. Do this for me. Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Oh, I need some advice." Oh, and so it's almost like they just want to be friends with you just so that they can get free readings and free spiritual work. And when you're tired of being used, they go and try to screw you over. Because I don't get nothing for free. Nobody in my life does anything with me unless it is an even exchange of energy. I don't take from nobody. See, that's where I'm at. I don't use people. So that it's and people on YouTube will judge you sometimes by your friendships. They'll judge you by your relationships. When in reality, if you've ever been in a relationship or a friendship, people have ups and downs. People have good days. They have bad days. They have disagreements. It's just 100% real. You know, we're not looking at a movie, you know, but I will tell you that there are fake people on here, just very fake. And I found that to be true about some of the people that are on here. And it's really weird because, you know, all of them want to kind of act. And, you know, the times when I have came on here and I've been upset, I've been really upset. The time that I've came on here and y'all have heard me crying, I was really crying. But it's like nobody knows the difference, because I was looking at somebody that was doing a commentary and it was a person in the audience saying, "Oh, that's fake crying." Or I don't fake do nothing. And it's so bizarre because everybody that knows me personally knows this about me. So I am not an actress. I'm not acting like a witch. I am a real witch. You see what I'm saying? I'm not on here using this as some kind of gimmick or hustle. I worked for over 20 years in the workforce and when I was 37 is when I started my company. So I get irritated with that. I get very, very irritated with it because it's too many people on here that stalk people. Like I'm talking about actual and real obsession, real stalking, real obsession. Like it's ridiculous. Like I'm talking about, you don't know this person. It's almost like a computer, a computer program with some of these people on here. It's almost like they're CGI technology and they're not even a real person. Trust me, I know there's real people on here because I've met a couple of people in real life from YouTube. Those people are very real to me. Other people, it's just kind of like, eh. That's just like that spell I showed y'all the other day. That's a real spell. It's a real spell. Okay. And so I don't do nothing for entertainment. This channel is not for entertainment purposes at all. And so, but you can be entertained. I mean, I think I'm a funny person, kind of. You know, I have somewhat of a good sense of humor. But I feel like there's way too many, and this is what irritates me the most. It's like I noticed that a lot of my pet peeves just seem to get plastered in my face, especially on YouTube. One of my biggest pet peeves is when you tell somebody what it is, when you tell them the exact truth, but they would rather believe a lie. Okay, for example, and I don't even communicate with people like this. I don't at all. I don't communicate with folks like this because it drives me insane. When you're having a conversation with a male and you tell him what it is, and then he comes back and says, "No, This is how you feel. That ain't how you feel. This is why you're doing that. So if you say to somebody, for example, um, no, the reason why I am rejecting you is because I don't have any interest in you. That is what, and instead of them taking it as what it is, and and there's no other reason for them to feel any other type of way, and they'll say, now, this, and that. It's like, well, no, not really, because I kind of like, I come on here, I do my readings, I respond to some of the fake shit. But then when I get off of here, I'm living my real life. And those are the facts. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one of my biggest pet peeves is when you tell somebody the truth about how you feel and what it is, and then they want to come back with, no, it's this. And they do it a lot on YouTube, because I noticed that even people in real life, and I actually stayed away from a lot of people the past 10 years because of this. But in real life, when people would do that to me, I would literally cut ties with them, because I can't stand that. I cannot stand that. That is so annoying. And the reason why people do that is because they want your presence to fit their current narrative or their agenda. But then again, it's not real. I only deal with real shit. I only discuss real topics. I only discuss real people. I can't deal with fake plastic. I can't deal with that. Like, it's just my personality type. So when I come on here and I see people using words like viral and trending and things of that nature, and it's like, look, I put up my readings. People that want personal readings or they connect with me can contact me. This is how I've always done it. I've been doing it this way since 2015. The people that want to connect with me to get work done, they connect with me. They contact me. Okay. Um that's the way that it's done. And for me, at least, if it weren't for YouTube, because YouTube is constantly, they are constantly um either hiding my channel, or either they are unsubbing my subscribers. Okay. And I think that it does have something to do with religious preference or some crazy crap like that. And so that, combined with that, makes it extremely irritating to be on here. And see, YouTube don't really know much about me. You must not know about me, because I'll call to the spirit of my mother and I will sue if they don't stop messing with my channel. Because when I got done with that live that I did yesterday morning with the onion spell, I screenshotted it, and there was 156 people that were watching. I have it screenshotted, baby. I have it screenshotted. When I got off of there, like when I refresh the video, when it comes up, like when it's in your list of videos, it was only like 79 views. So there's some of us on here that we do have over 100 people watching. I've taken screenshots to where there have been days on certain subjects that I have had over 300 people watching. But for some reason, YouTube does not show my views. I don't give a damn about none of that. I am from the show me state. I don't appreciate them hiding my success the way that they are, because people don't believe you. People, they have to see to believe. So that's why every single time, you can't do it when you're using StreamYard. But if you go live straight from your mobile phone, if you have over 1,000 subs on your channel, when you get off of the live, it will show you how many views you actually have. And for some reason, that is being hidden. Now, has it affected my ability to get clients? No. Has it affected, me too badly? No, it hasn't. Because they're hidden views. They're like hidden. The people can still watch me. So I don't really know what that is about, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? My main aspect of it is that I am not somebody that's from Hollywood. I don't have an agent or a handler. Um, I am just a solitary witch, and I've just been wanting to be leave me out of all of that. In fact, fame is something that I don't want. I've actually talked about this. If you're somebody that's been watching me for a while, if you know my personality type, I don't even want no fame. I want a little house, not a little house, but I want a large size house by the lake, around nature, and with a farm and some and a koi pond. I don't want um to be famous, and everybody on YouTube doesn't necessarily have to be famous. Okay, I don't need fame. Okay, it's just not something that Jamila is into, you know? It's not. It really isn't. Hold on, y'all. Okay, yeah, I'm back. So a lot of this, that's why you don't see me out here chasing celebrities. You don't see me out here. Not that I'm down in people that do. I'm not down in people that do that. I'm just saying that that's just not me. My channel has always been set up for the ordinary people. Yes, I have had celebrity clients. They don't typically tell me that they are a celebrity. In fact, um, there's been a few that I've, and obviously I would never tell because that's my personal secret business in my company. Okay. you know, probably I'm the type of person that, I think I probably would pass out if I met Michael Jackson. But honestly, if I met a celebrity, I would treat them just like a regular person. Honestly, and it's not anything to get excited about. I'm not going to pass out and fall over. Now, if it were a dead celebrity, I think I'd be I'd be pretty. That would be a wonder. That would be like a one of the seven wonders or something, I guess. And so it's annoying when you tell people real shit about their situation and ways of fixing it, and they would rather focus on fake or either distraction. That's what irritates me. This is the reason why when I'm working with my clients, when I get a client, I like to know what it is that they are focused on, because, then that focus can sometimes become my focus because I'm so empathic. And so if you're focused on certain things like the latest celebrity gossip, I'm that's really not my forte. I can do the readings, but I wouldn't be doing it for the views. Everybody likes to have exposure, everybody likes to expand, but spirits and witchcraft and a lot of the stuff that I show you on here, it is very, very real. And that's what I choose to focus on. And so I don't know if I need to go update the tags on my channel, because I feel like there's so many people that are here because they want to be focused on the drama, or they want to be focused on my private life, which is nobody's business. Unless I want to talk to you about it. I don't care. Y'all know how I am. But in reality, it's really a personal thing, to where I would like for my personal life to definitely be separate from YouTube. And so that's why I react the way that I do sometimes, because sometimes I go to the extreme. Okay. Since it seemed like everybody was interested in my personal life, which is actually sometimes the fake version of my personal life. And then also another thing, I don't appreciate my personal life being used for entertainment. I really don't appreciate that. Like, and you know what? When I deal with situations like that, what I'll do is I'll put the curse of empathy on people, because it ain't right. I bet you wouldn't want that to happen to you. Or maybe some people would. Maybe some people would like to have somebody do that. I don't know. It's a constant focus on, and it's really strange when you've got people that are so interested in you that they will remember things from so long ago, from like 4 or 5 or 6, 7 years ago, and not even good things. People tend to forget about the negative stuff. That's what you're supposed to freaking do. You're not supposed to constantly be reminded of an argument that you had with somebody. That's just abnormal. That's why I think some of these people on here, sometimes I think some of these people on here are like controlled uh robots or something. It's like robotics technology, because it's like, and what people are doing. So it's very strange. And a lot of people that have personal stuff with me, they will listen to my readings and relate it to me, instead of understanding that this is a freaking psychic reading. What the hell? It's so annoying. These are general readings. So the readings can sometimes be annoying, because you've got people that, and I don't, like I said, probably about 99% of that stuff I don't even care about, because I'll bottle it up and throw it in the damn freezer and keep it fucking moving, for real. As far as people with the evil eye, people with that burning desire to just, constantly attack you. If you're not paying any attention to me, I'm going to have people contact you. It's so weird. So, and because I stay focused, earlier today, I did some ancestor work with my grandmother. And I was going to come on here and talk about ancestor work and how to work with your ancestors, but I think that that's something that I'd rather just offer in my classes, because I work with my grandma today, and she did some amazing things today. So, and here's another thing that I do, if a person, like, if you don't know how to do ancestor work, You can open up a lot of channels. You can open up a lot of doors. You can bring in a lot of blessings from your ancestors by doing sessions. So I do medium sessions. That's why people hire mediums to contact their people. You know, or there's some people that are already familiar with it. You know, my focus is on the spiritual stuff. Everything that I do on here is about is within spirit. That's just like yesterday. I got so irritated with those readings that I immediately lashed out. And I got to catch myself from doing that because I am an empath. Because, you know, given the nature of those readings, you know, given the nature of those readings, it's a lot of negativity because nobody wants to think that the person that they love is being with somebody else. Nobody should want to believe that. Like, that's horrible. To me, it is. I guess some people wouldn't care, you know, but some people do. And so yesterday I got real irritated, just the whole energy. And so as we progress in the readings, because I did Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer, and I'm gonna get the rest of them done like tomorrow. Okay, not today though, because I had way too much stuff to do yesterday. But I'm gonna get them done tomorrow, like somewhere probably close to the evening time or whatever. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yeah, it gets really, really irritating when people are focused on distractions that are not going to get them anywhere. Like constantly, like, I'm sorry, I make every moment of my life count. Okay, now there are, you know, I do spend, you know, maybe 30 minutes a day just kind of looking at videos, or I might play my video game or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I have a lot to focus on running my business and then also having 4 children as well as a grandchild. And you have people on here that have children themselves. Instead of them focusing on their kids, who they focus on? Who they focused on? And I mean, literally, instead of them focusing on what's important to them, they're focused on you, what you're doing, who you're screwing, where you going, what you doing. You know what I'm saying? And you have responsibility. So I get irritated with the amount of irresponsible males on here, especially when somebody is literally riding your back, literally with you know, trying to ride your back for hours and hours and hours in judgment of you, and they not focused on their own stuff. And I'm sorry, I just can't respect that. Because when I come on here, I'm coming on here because I'm talking about stuff that my audience want to hear. You know, and it's like I have to stop everything and address something that I didn't even see. I didn't even see any of that. I think that there was somebody that was live earlier today that was live for 5 hours talking about me. I didn't watch any of it. You know why? Because I was busy. I was working. I was on the phone with a client for 2 hours last night. And then I also had some other stuff to do before that. And then most of the day I was venerating my ancestors. I was connecting with my grandmother. And you know what? I do have a lot of issues with brown people on here because brown people were taught just put it all into Jesus, and that's fine. That's fine. I don't think Jesus is answering them half the time, but that's fine. Okay. So as an authentic person that knows how to work with my ancestors, I'm sitting here chilling, relaxing. Literally was sitting here. I gave my grandmother an offering. My grandmother smoked cigarettes when she was alive, so I gave her a cigarette. And we were sitting here, literally, I was sitting here just kind of focused on her, just kind of in this peaceful place, with my ancestors and watching a movie at the same time. And you got people that are live talking about me. And then they wonder why they can't get nowhere in life. And then they'll go and they'll call me stupid. But it's like, I'm gonna go far in life, further than what I've already went, especially with the field that I'm in, especially with the lane that I'm in, as far as being a witch, you know. Um, I'm gonna go further than where I'm at now. And there is a reason for that because I take the time to do it. And a lot of brown people, they will do all this shucking and jiving, and the shucking and jiving is a problem. If it's time for me to discuss something, I will. Otherwise, my name is Bennett and I ain't in it. And these people have a drama addiction that involves me. So, and it's very strange. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much what I was doing all day today. Okay, when I got up, I went up to the store, um, did a few things around the house. Not enough though, but I did a few things. And, then I sat down and communicated with my grandmother. That's how you get it done. That's how you become successful. People sit around, they blame everybody else. Oh, it's the white man, it's this, and that, it's the da da da, dab dab da. But see, I got where I got in my company, in my business, because of the things that I do. And these people don't want to listen. Literally. And I'll be working with my grandmother all week. She's an Aquarius. She was an extremely powerful woman, and she is now like a spirit guide for me. She's a spirit guide because and she exists three ways. Personally, she's the mother, she's the maiden, and she's the crone. Four ways. She's earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. And so, and so I'm sitting here and I'm chilling with her, and she's literally giving me all kinds of downloads. Still is. Still is. And you got people that are focused on stalking people, and then they'll say, why haven't I gotten anywhere in life? Why haven't I done anything in life? So and so is crazy. Oh, they're crazy. But how did I get to where I got to? How did I do what I did today? Which was created a miracle. Because I sat down and I did ancestor work with my grandmother. And so many people are disconnected from their true spirits, their true religion. And those disconnected people are constantly focusing on stalking and harassing somebody. In fact, it's a complete oxymoron. I found out somebody was stalked. Like, it's so bizarre. there are currently no authentic spiritualists or witches that are currently stalking anybody that they should not be worried about. So it's really bizarre. And I get irritated with it because, earlier today there was a spirit that came up and said, "Hey, just give you a heads up, da da da." And I was like, okay, cool. And I addressed it because I don't want anybody using my content. Like, people just really, like, I think that people that have no creativity about themselves, I think those types of people, I think that they literally think it's a game. They think it's a joke when they are stealing and using your content in any way. Seriously. It's really, really, really annoying. You're not allowed to steal anything from my platform without my permission, and you don't have my permission to use my image, my likeness, my voice. You know how sacred the throat chakra is? And you got disrespectful people just playing back your stuff, and it's like, well, I don't know what your throat is worth, but my throat is worth a lot. I got one of them snake throats, and I don't appreciate people doing that. And then, making an income off of it. And it just, and everybody here is just here for the shock value and the, and it's just, it's like, my goodness, it's annoying. It is. It's annoying. And I don't associate with folks like that. I don't associate with people that associate with folks like that. You know? So I get irritated with it. I'm pretty sure that, I know for a fact that somebody is plagiarizing my videos. I know that for a fact. Because for some reason, confused people in this world think, hey, this is cool. I'm going to steal your content and then try to do, and it's like, well, you can't really call yourself a content creator when you're stealing someone else's content. I mean, I'm not talking about the spell within itself. I told that's why I was doing the spell, to show you how to do the damn spell. So of course people are gonna watch it and they're gonna do it their, some people may even do it their own way. Witches have been doing onion spells for centuries now. Okay. But it's just the point that the video that I recorded, you're gonna take it and put it up on your channel. Like, that's just, to me, it's just, it's disrespectful. And you can't sue these people because they don't have nothing to sue them for. You can't sue them. Okay, you can't, because what are they gonna? Goodness gracious! So it's extremely annoying being on YouTube sometimes. It really is. But, and here's another thing also, what I've noticed about a lot of people is that if you have real emotions, something is wrong with you. Well, you know what? I love my emotions. I'm a Cancer. I love my emotions. I love being an empath. I love being able to feel shit, even if it don't feel good sometimes. I'd rather feel everything than nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? I am an empath. I'm a real, actual empath. it was a trip the day that I found out, the day that I was for sure that I was an empath. Because I had already realized like for years that I could sense mind readers, and then also that I could read minds. But then as my empath gifts began to manifest, I started to ask people certain stuff. Like I'd be sitting next to a person, and before they would scratch your arm, I would ask them, I would say, "Is your arm itching?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, it actually is itching. I was about to scratch it." Or um, my uncle's ex-girlfriend, I was sitting in the car with her, and her ear was like she had some kind of ear infection or something. And so as soon as I got in the car with her, I could feel like this little nudge in my ear. And I was like, "Is your ear hurting?" And she was like, "Yeah, I have an ear infection in my left ear." And I was like, "Oh my God." You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes I'll feel certain pains, or like with my kids or something. Like I'll feel certain stuff from them, and then I'll call them, and it'll actually be something going on. So, I have a lot going on. I don't know what people thought. I think people assume that you're fake because they are. Listen, I run a business full time. I have 5 kids to take care of. I have a house to take care of. I like honestly the whole, being able to do that. Like sometimes I can come on here and be on here all day. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll do that. I'll make videos every now and then, just whatever it is that I feel like talking about. That's how I connect with my audience. And so it's so weird when there's people that are sort of trying to force you to do what they want you to do, and not what is in your will and what's in your head. So, because I have a lot of people on here that are obsessed with me. A lot. Like one too many. One is too many. And after 6 years, you start to just kind of, you know, you start to just kind of learn to ignore it. And I have been ignoring it. And then people are just like, "Well, I'm going to do this that way you can't ignore me. I'm going to steal your content from your channel because I don't want you to be able to ignore me." Who, I'm sorry, who are you again? And it's like I was saying, I don't care who you've met up with. Um, my ex friend of 20 years was stalking me on here for several years. Okay. And she'll go to different people's platforms and and form a connection with them. And then those people will think, "Oh, hey, hey, I'm a part of you now." It's like, no, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. It's annoying. It is. It's annoying, and I'm tired of it. I am. I'm sick and tired of it. you know? And I think that I've done a pretty good job of dealing with it and everything. And so if people are thirsty for your attention, and stalkers are like machines. You can't just get rid of them. It's kind of like, the what I do is I keep them away from my house. Ain't nobody coming up in here, but you know what I'm saying? It's very perplexing. It is, especially, and I think let me tell you something. There would be no way in hell ever, because I wouldn't want to look weird like this. I kind of care. I do kind of care about what people think of me. There's no way that I'm going to become so obsessed with the content creator on here that I am going to try to get access to people that they either know personally or have known personally, just so that I can say to that person, hey, yeah, I know this person. Hey, it's bizarre and it's very stalkerish. It's very bizarre. Okay, like I'm sorry, like that is the weirdest thing. And the people on here that support that, I can't get down with you. I can't get down with you thinking that it's okay for this weird person to, okay, even if I just so happen to meet up with somebody in my real life, that I'm not going to go back to YouTube and use it for validation. What the hell is that? So that I can make an excuse to continue to stalk and harass a woman. And it is very bizarre and strange. It is. So, you know, anyway, I've got a couple of different spells coming up this week that I'm going to be showing y'all, though. Also, not just the readings, we're going to do some spells this week, too. So I'm gonna get that scheduled and everything. And I just leave my content alone. This is my creativity. How dare you? That's just like, people, if I upload a video with music in it, I'm gonna get a copyright claim on that video. Okay, it's the same thing if it's somebody like me that's just a witch, born in the Midwest and relocated to the South. We still feel the same way about our artwork and our craft. We don't want somebody else putting that crap up. And if you're doing it on purpose, I can promise you it's going to backfire on you. Because you got people that'll say, oh, go do this on purpose just so you can mess with her. Well, you can mess with me if you want, but honey, for real, it's going to backfire on you. Seriously. If you're living with mommy, you may not even necessarily notice it backfiring on you because, with some of these folk, they already are kind of in a position to where they don't really feel like they are very successful in life. And so I am saying, like, seriously, a lot of people that go around on a lot of these channels that choose to kind of, especially if you're like a medium or a shaman or an empath, and you feel like, oh, I'm going to go over on this channel because this person talks really, really loud and, they can distract me from the spirits that are around me. That's not going to work for you too much longer because you're going to have to eventually face the music eventually. And do I have the patience or the time to sit up here and try to convince these people? No, because I got way too many people that want the knowledge or either the spiritual work. I've got way too many people to deal with, period. And I'm feeling a lot of relief since I am not on Etsy anymore because it took away, but I think that there's other people that felt that they feel sad because and they're like, bring Etsy back, bring, and it's like it was a business decision to not bring it back. And so I haven't even had the time to even show you guys the new website. I've got two new websites now. Okay. And so I haven't had time to do that because I've been busy around the house and stuff, and I got a lot going on. As far as with clients and students and stuff. But it's irritating. It is. I'm glad I kind of forgot what I was getting ready to say because it's irritating. So I don't know. I'm kind of venting a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Venting is good because people are constantly on here, constantly trying to get a piece of me, constantly, which is bullshit. Because let me tell you something. I already have children, spirits, and clients that I have to deal with. And so, can you imagine? Like, I'm glad that my children are a lot older now. Like, my son is grown. You know, all three of my older children are grown, except Jacob is 8. And so it does tend to change the dynamic. I'm glad they're not little kids anymore because it's when you have little children like that, like my children, my first 3 older children, they were stair steps. So there would be times when I would just have to go to the bathroom just to get some time to myself. Just go in the bathroom and just kind of sit there and go, "Hi, I'm in the bathroom by myself." You know what I'm saying? And because it seems like they all want a piece of you. And it reminds me strangely, of some of these dysfunctional families, when you have mothers in your families and you're literally worrying the hell out of these women. And they need to stay focused on their lives. I mean, I've had clients that have came to me and said, "Jamila, I'm having racing thoughts. I can't even relax. My mind can't shut off. I have insomnia. This person is doing this to me. That person is doing this to me. My family doing this to me." And it's so annoying. People are absolutely disgusting. And you know what? A lot of times, especially when it comes to being a single mother, it seems like you have to fight extra hard because all of a sudden you and your children become a sacrifice. You become a sacrifice to these people. Big facts. And y'all know how I am. I'm a bear. You can just call me Bear. I'm a mama bear. And I don't play that crap. Okay, seriously. My children are not your political statement, honey. My children are not your social experiment, honey. And a lot of times people will regard you as that. And I think that mothers need to pay attention to that instead of hanging out with people that are like that. Seriously. Because these, especially my spiritual witchy kids, my witchy kids, don't play with me. Don't play with my family. And I've had too many people doing that to me. Because it's not a game. It's not. And it's almost like, the society kind of went back into the dark ages to where they're like trying to put women in a certain class depending on their marital status or their race and things of that nature. And this is something that I am totally against. And as long if you're on my channel, as long as you are in if you're anywhere near my spiritual etheric realm, you're gonna have to respect my authority on my earth, period. And I'm a real hard ass too. I am not a toy. I ain't no play toy. I take myself very seriously and I take my craft very seriously as well. If you don't take me seriously, trust me, I take myself seriously enough. In all seriousness, and I laugh a lot. I have a lot of fun in my life. I don't, but the difference between me and other people is that I don't laugh at other people's expense. Okay, I don't like to do that. That's not something that I'm going to do full time. I've done it because it was done to me. Thank you very much. It is over now. I don't want to be a part of that. These same people that are not seriously sitting down working on themselves want you to be a part of that fuckery because they're not seriously sitting down and working on aspects of their lives that they need to work on. And I'm sorry, I just can't respect that. At least what, and making jokes and innuendos and all of that stuff. Look, that's why your life will end up a joke. It will, trust me. People like me that, you know what I'm saying? People like me, God, I got thrown off. Somebody had texted me. Hold on. So, okay. Anyway, I mean, at some point, even if on a Saturday I address something that I don't even really care about, honestly, or if I address a person that I really don't care about on Sunday or Monday, I'm going to be looking forward to not even dealing with it again. I don't have to deal with it anymore. I'm not going to be sitting around, on YouTube, talking about people because they talking about me or talking about people because they talking about that's like that to me is the static that we should all be working against. Anyway, you know, and no, I don't believe in. For me, I know that there's some of y'all watch me, y'all watch other people, but for me, please stop expecting a response from me. Stop expecting a response. Honestly, the way that it's supposed to be is that I come on here, I connect with y'all, the people that I'm supposed to connect with, and then I get off and I cook dinner, I eat dinner, watch a movie or something, chill out, relax, meditate. I'm not gonna be a I'm not gonna be forced to constantly have to respond to something. I'm not on trial. You got criminals on here looking up your information, trying to tell you, hey, you're going to jail because you got a PPP loan. Like that's when it's time to that's called I'm desperate for your attention. Somehow I am going to continue to do everything in my power to somehow get your attention. And this is why brown people or African American people, black people, whatever you want to call them, this is why ain't none of y'all take this, why a lot of y'all ain't taken seriously. And y'all expected people not to take me seriously because y'all running around here being weird. Not all of you. There's a lot of y'all that, you know, y'all good. But some of them are just literally screwing away, fucking off their own life. Okay. And I think it's bizarre. That's just like I smoke on camera. I'm going to continue to smoke on camera. I don't give a damn about your opinion. I honestly don't. I don't. But you got people on here that are here to antagonize people. And it's almost like, because I remember having this one guy that I've never met in my life. And he's like, oh, you need to quit smoking those cigarettes. And it's like, you do not have the right to tell anybody what the hell to do. And if people don't realize, you realize that if somebody sits up there and stresses you out about quitting smoking cigarettes and you have no health problem, I don't have no health problems, okay? I consecrate my cigarettes before I smoke them, by the way, too. I don't have no health issues. People will sit here and argue you down. No, 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 this is that. It's harmful. Is this, this, and that. No, what's harmful is you arguing with me about it and trying to stress me out over it. The cigarette is not a heart attack risk. You are. It's so bizarre. So, and anyway, I just and people were always, that's just like I smoke. Yes, I do have a kid and I do smoke cigarettes. And so people will go, there's a troll account called Smoking Squares with Jacob. What? I think I started smoking a few years ago. I had picked up the habit again. And so people think that, if you have children that they have the right to, and it's so bizarre. It is. It's very bizarre. So people are disgusting on here. You know what I'm saying? They act like they ain't never seen real life before. And some of them haven't. Some of them haven't. You know what I'm saying? And so it's very annoying being on YouTube because everything that you do is up for scrutiny. And that's not what you're supposed to be doing on here. You need to live and let live. And the reason why these people want to continuously harass you about being you is because they want your attention. But yet they claim they have lives. You couldn't possibly have anything going on in your life when you are literally e-begging for a woman's attention that has asked you 1,000 times, like thousands of times. And so this is one of the reasons why the only time I ever talk to anybody from YouTube is if you are a client. If you're a client, I can talk to you. Just some random person. Hey, I want to get to know you. Hey, I'm not going to do it. And the reason why I'm not going to do that is because who does that? Number one, who does that? And a lot of people say, well, you met up with so and so, so why don't you meet up with me? That's what we doing these days. Like, that's how we doing it. I just never even thought about. It's just, it's weird and bizarre, y'all. It really is. And so that's one of the reasons why what was I going to say? The reason why is because some people, it's almost like that's what I was going to say. I had made the mistake of having a conversation on the phone with somebody almost 5 years ago. People that speak to you on here will record the goddamn conversation with you and then will play it. You may have just you may have just been trying to be cordial with that person. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. And I was talking to this person because this person would not stop stalking me. I was hoping that it would help quench this person's thirst, but it just made him more thirsty. And so now he goes around with this same videotape trying to make it seem like he just talked to me yesterday. So I'm being used for validation while at the same time you're dissing me. It's so bizarre. And it's and for a person's brain to even work that way will let you know that there's no compatibility over here because I don't do stuff like that. Okay. Now I know men are very, very different. you're not gonna catch me, doing stuff like that, meeting up with people. Talking on the phone with you for a few minutes is very different than meeting up with you and breathing the same air as you. So it's very bizarre, and it's been going on for years. It's been going on for years now. This person purposely doesn't say, hey, this conversation is from 5 years ago. They don't say that. They just kind of make it seem like, hey, she's my friend and I don't even know you. It's bizarre and it's annoying. It is. And you know what? I think that eventually, I don't know. Mm-mm. That's why I don't just sit and talk with people on here. I've had people contact me recently saying, hey, can we talk? And I'm like, well, do you have a reading scheduled? Well, no, I just kind of wanted to speak to you about some things. No, you're not going to get a conversation with me on the phone. I've learned my lesson. Trolls on here are either trolls that run these channels. They want to be able to record conversations with you so that they can come and play it back on YouTube. So that's why I don't do that. The only time you're going to get a Zoom meeting with me or either a phone call from me is if you have placed an order for a reading. And so it's really strange because I don't know, it's almost like people are feeding off of other people. It's so weird, but then again, they're not benefiting from it. They're not really, they're feeding, but then again, they're not eating good. I don't understand that. Just so, yeah. And it was a couple of people over here. um it's so weird how you've got people that are squeamish on my channel, which means that, evidently, the normal things that we talk about as witches, these people are here, and it's like, it's weird. Okay, that's just like, for some reason, whenever I talk about menstrual blood, it triggers people when I talk about menstrual blood. Why are you here then? Why would you be on my channel? You're on a witch's channel and you don't want to hear about bodily fluids? We do a lot of spells and rituals with bodily fluids. And it's just so weird. That's just like, some witches use taxidermy. Some witches go to the graveyard and they get graveyard dirt from the graveyard. I mean, it's it's like people, they're trying to interfere with me spiritually, and that's their problem. I warn people about trying to interfere with people's spiritual stuff. Seriously. That's just like, I had this one person come into my chat room earlier talking about they waging war against me or something. And it's like, God, they're so lost. They're so lost. And it just, it's like, my goodness, what in the hell is wrong with you? You don't want to wage war against me, trust me. Are the ones that'll come in here and say, you are nothing but the devil, and I am going to call to Jesus Christ on you. What? Please tell me you didn't think that you were a Christian. Christians are some of the biggest witches, especially kitchen witches. And like, it's so bizarre, but and it's very strange because I do not fake about it. I've let people know, yes, I am a witch. No, I am not going to take that title away from myself. No, why should I? And if you don't like it, you don't have to be on the channel. Like, I don't understand people that hate witches so much, but yet they're always running behind them. And you are in spiritual violation to be waging war against witches. What the hell is wrong with you? You live in a world of witchcraft and magic. Period. Especially if you're anywhere in my realm. So anyway, it's just very bizarre. People on here are very bizarre, and for some reason, they seem to think that they can bully me for some reason. It's so funny. It is. It's so funny, and that's based upon lies as well. Because honestly, before I stopped being cool with this one person, and and moved away. And I didn't even move away because of her. I just was moving. I was like, damn, I didn't realize that you took it like that. There was never any of this in my life ever. And so people need to be careful with believing in lies. And I just be sitting up there looking like, you the fool, you the fool. It's very foolish. Anyway, I think I'm going to do another poll for y'all to see if y'all want to talk about working with your ancestors. Um, I was thinking about making an ancestor video available for purchase on Vimeo too, is what I was thinking about doing, because a lot of this stuff, it's kind of difficult. So like I said, if you guys want to do some ancestor work, all you got to do is ask me. If you want, when during your reading, if you have like a grandmother that passed or your great grandmother that passed away, we can actually connect with your ancestor spirit, and they will tell you certain stuff. They will also, I always speak for y'all ancestors, especially when y'all start asking about them. Or if they pop up in your readings, I'll say, hey, your ancestor wants some offerings. And a lot of people will have an ancestor altar, but they won't actually feed their ancestors. Your ancestors want food, they want drink. Some of them want liquor, some of them, so it's one of those things to where you got to pay attention, and you got to stay away from the distractions and people that are telling you, oh, well, she's crazy for doing that. She said that she was sitting there doing ancestor work with her grandmother. Her grandmother's been dead for 15 years. And they'll say something like, her grandmother is doing something in hell or something. And and it's like the obvious ignorance is real. Coming online, trolling somebody, getting all up in their business, dropping their documents, that is not witchcraft. That's actually against the law. So I think it's weird. But if you guys want to know about that, because a lot of times your deceased ancestors can do a lot for you. Okay. Especially financially. So it's important to make a connection with them. So make sure that y'all ask me about that if you get scheduled for a reading. In fact, we can even, maybe I'll put that on the website. But I don't want to do readings for that. You can't really do a reading, like a general reading on something like that. Um, can't really do that. Everybody wants things for free. There's a lot of people that want free this and free that. That's why I don't have any friends, because friends, sometimes when they know you're a witch, because sometimes even like when I get in my cabs or something, because y'all know that I use cabs a lot to get around, because I don't hardly go anywhere. And, I think that even they are aware that, they'll see, or if, like, for example, if you read the cards or if you do certain workings and people want to call you and say, hey, can you do this for me? Because, I just want it for free. No, I charge everybody for my services. Everybody gets paid for what I do for a living. That's just like when I had my real estate license years ago, you know? And I think that it's terrible in the Black community, especially with people trying to become an obstacle for people in there. And that's why I love the fact that I went ahead and did what I did by starting my company, because it puts the control in my hands totally. It does. It puts the control in my hands and not in the hands of somebody else. And that's just what it is, People's obsession with controlling complete strangers is starting to get ridiculous. I mean, they are just obsessed with controlling complete strangers and will totally try to take advantage of people, will totally try to bully people, will totally try to do that. You're not going to do that over here. You shouldn't be trying to do that anywhere. Okay. What's this? So, and that's just where it's at. I think that there's a lot of people that, I put up the free readings on the channel. The free readings are so that people can come and look at them and connect with me. That is my intent. My intent is not to give anything away for free. I don't do that. Okay. And, also here's another thing about a free reading. Now, I have went, even some of my pick a card readings, some of the readings that I'll go and look at, they are extremely accurate. They are. They are extremely accurate. Like, they're eerily accurate. Okay. Whenever you go and get a reading on YouTube. Um, but that still doesn't mean that the expectation should be that you should get everything for free. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just not going to do it. And then also, I'm not going to do intentional, unintentional work for people to where, they'll have an issue. And then it's like, they'll contact me. And then the next thing I know, I'm dealing with the issue. And I can't do that. I can't. Nobody wants to sit and work for free. I'm not nobody's slave. So there's a lot of people with a lot of weird fantasies and illusions, and they're very delusional, and it gets annoying sometimes. So, you know. Anyway, by the way, before I go, our circle is going to be closed probably a few days before the 22nd of September, because my petition is getting kind of full and everything, as far as, because we've had quite a few people joining the fall equinox circle. But it's not nothing that you want to play with just for play. So, like I said, you got people on here being very disrespectful to witches and to the occult, because they're reading the cards, but yet they're saying how much they hate and despise witches. Again, you don't realize that witches are the ones that created. You know what? You know what would be fun is if we do a history of tarot cards. I'm gonna come and do that. I'm gonna come and go back in history as far as how tarot cards was created. Um, No, I'm not going to get it from Google. I can assure you that it was a witch that created every form of divination that you see. Okay. And so for you to use those practices while talking crazy about it, it's, to me, it's unacceptable. It's totally unacceptable. And those people are typically having problems, like way more problems than what I have, because I have simple problems. My issues are simple. If you are a reader on here, but yet you're coming on here and you're talking about witches and I hate witches and they're throwing all this spell work at me, that is because you probably have witches that are watching you that do not like the fact that you are insulting witches. Like, they're reading your comments, they're seeing, and there was a couple of people that I could call out, but they're being called out by spirit. So it's kind of annoying. And you know what? I do feel that I should mind my business. But see, my whole thing about it is that if you're going to somebody that's halfway, then that's what you're going to get. If you're going and you're depending on spiritual information from a person, yeah, Jill Valentine, you can use tarot cards to cast spells too. I don't do that. I use them to read. But when I'm doing my spells, yes, I can use my tarot cards and I can use my oracle cards. But I'm not casting a spell on the people that I'm reading for. I'm just reading. When you can use tarot cards to do spells with, but I've actually showed y'all that a bunch of times, to where you can use your tarot cards like for your spell workings, and you just kind of incorporate them in spells. I don't use them all the time, like rarely. But yeah, you can definitely do that. But there's a difference between just doing a reading for somebody. So I'm not putting spells on people with my readings. I hope y'all don't think that. No, they're just readings. Why it wouldn't be necessary for me to cast a spell through a reading. I'd rather for the reading to be accurate. Okay, so that's almost like trying to manipulate a reading, which is something that I'm not going to ever do. But I can tell you that if you're being spiritually attacked, and I'm talking about really bad, I'm talking about to the point where you got all kind of shit coming at you mentally, spiritually, physically, it's typically because if you are on here reading the cards and you sitting up here talking about, oh, this person is a witch and I don't like her. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A witch can be watching you. Us witches, we don't come on here and trash witchcraft. So it's almost like culture appropriation. You're trying to appropriate our shit, but then disrespect us. So there's witches that are hidden behind the scenes that may be throwing shit at you if you not showing respect for the craft. And then you'll be saying it's so and so and so. No, you are, first of all, what I can sense on a lot of these people that I see on here is that Hecate herself is attacking you. The witches, the spirit of the witch, they don't want you to appropriate our tools while you look your nose down at us. That is disgusting. I see a lot of people doing that, and sometimes my spirits will come to me and say, you might need to do work on this person. I'm like, well, I don't really want to involve myself with that. They're like, well, and I've seen people do that, and it's mainly I see, um the main ones that I see are people that are more so Christian based. Okay, pardon me, you're throwing the cards around, but you're talking about Jesus at the same time you're degrading witchcraft. Like, I've seen Christian witches on here that work with Jesus every single day and they read cards. You don't hear them talking about witches. You don't hear them saying, "Oh, praise Jesus. I hate witches, but let me throw some tarot cards." What the hell is that? So it's a lot of fake going on here, man. I'm like, ugh. So yeah, witches do not want people appropriating our tools if you don't have any respect for witchcraft. That is a part of witchcraft. Throwing the cards is witchcraft because you're doing divination. This system was created by witches, perfected by witches. Show some respect. The word witch is not even a bad word. It's not. And so it's become a real stank show on here. Now, I do watch some of the tarot card channels. I do, and I love them because you don't hear them on there talking like that. You can tell when it's a reader that you want to go and talk to because they're not on there reading cards talking about, "Oh, I can't stand them damn witches casting spells." Well, you know what? Even if it was a witch casting a spell on me or doing work on me, I'm not going to go and say, "Ugh, I can't stand witches and witchcraft." No, you're just dealing with a witch that opposes you. You don't go and insult the whole craft. There's a lot of people, man, and I'm one of them. I'm dead serious about this shit. I am dead serious about it. And they want the gravy train. They want to come on here and be on a gravy train and get paid the money while degrading and dissing witches, all in their chat rooms, all in their comment section. You just got done reading reading the cards for somebody, and you got somebody going, "Yeah, yeah, girl, I know that's right. Praise Jesus and fuck a witch, fuck witchcraft. I hate it." What? I love Ouija boards. I got one. I love Ouija boards. Mm-hmm. I have a Ouija board. Yes, ma'am. Mine has a wolf on it though, because Ouija boards can be pretty. They can, yeah. But I play with a Ouija board by myself. I really don't need a Ouija board because a Ouija board is how you communicate with spirits. I don't just have random spirits all the time. I don't. Some of a lot of the spirits that I've been dealing with are the same ones I had to run up out of my space. Same ones I've been dealing with, folks' ancestors sometimes, or either it can be just but yeah, I have a Ouija board. Hmm. I work with it all the time. I use it for spell work too. Yep. I love all of that stuff. I got a pendulum too. But yeah, man, that to me it seems pretty dangerous. And you'll see people saying, "Oh, they're spiritually attacking us again." Yeah, you got some witches. You got witches spiritually attacking you. You better not send me nothing. You better not send me nothing. Don't you ever do no work on me, because I don't do that. I don't go around the internet just doing work on people, lighting candles. Well, I'm gonna go get a doom candle, girl. Let's go get some doom candles and go. Are you crazy? You don't do work on somebody unless they trying to do harm to you. You don't just go around playing around with magic, but some of them will do it. And when you sitting over there reading the cards, and I done seen a bunch of them, and a lot of them to me, they are fake. And yes, I do have an opinion. And when I get sick and tired of being sick and tired, I might call some of these folks the hell out on it too, because I'm getting sick of it. I ain't scared of nobody. I don't give a damn about your ancestors. I don't give a damn about your spirits or what your skills is. When I see you doing crap like that, I don't respect that. And I'm a vet. I consider myself to be a vet on here. I'm a veteran. I've been here for 6 years or longer, working as a witch. You like to communicate with dead celebrities? Oh, you ever communicate with Elvis? Is that what you do on your channel? Do you have videos up on your channel? Yeah, so that's another thing. I think that what's happening in the spiritual community with that is more annoying than anything. And I can promise some of these people that's coming on here, they done grab these cards and stuff. Let me tell you something, they're gonna get burnt out, especially if you because okay, let's say that you are on here reading cards, right? Or you're channeling spirits. But you don't like witchcraft, which is exactly what you're doing. You're performing witchcraft, right? When you're doing that, duh. And a lot of the readers that you've seen on here, they gone. They had to leave because they were not clearing themselves. Ooh, this is an interesting quarter. Crossing the Delaware. Anyway, a strange quarter just came in. It looks real brassy too. I ain't never seen a quarter that brassy. Anyway, so a lot of them, you'll see them, they'll be here for the gravy train or either to pay for them to go to college, and then they're gonna be up out of here because but I'd be careful because it's all of it is witchcraft. What you think, you safe? It ain't safe. It ain't safe, baby. It ain't safe. No, it is not safe for you to be doing that, and they gonna learn. So I've seen a lot of them, and I'm like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And you'd be surprised that a lot of people that are serious about witchcraft, I mean, they have schools. Like, y'all think it's a joke. There are a lot of schools, witchcraft schools that people go to. And this is a real serious thing. And people have there's been generations of witches in people's family. And there's I mean, it's real disturbing to my spirit as a witch when I see people on here doing that kind of crap. It bothers me. It does. It bothers me a lot. I don't like it. And my spirits don't like it either. So, and I would be careful with those people, you know. You over there getting those messages and everything from those people. So, a lot of people's got, well, I got all these views and stuff. And it's like, show some respect. That's all I'm saying. Show some respect. Now I'm not saying that all of the channels are doing that. I don't see them all doing that, but you'll see them over there. They'll be having church with the cards, talking about how much they hate witchcraft, but yet they're using the cards. And so that, to me, makes no sense at all when you think about it. Or not, you don't even have to think about that. It's like a no-brainer. Like, you don't have to put much thought into that to know that that's kind of strange. And spirit does not like it. They don't like that kind of crap. And you got to be careful with that. And then you're calling to these ancestors and these spirits, but what are you giving to them? Are you giving them an offering? Are you clearing yourself of those bad energies? And so these people will be like, oh, I'm being attacked. I'm being attacked. No, you just haven't cleared yourself. That's the problem. You're using the cards. There are spirits attached to these cards. So I just think it's bizarre the way some people are operating on here. I am not in support of those people that are doing that. I believe that they are hypocrites. If you ask me, I think that it's very hypocritical. Okay, seriously. So, anyway. But that's what you're gonna get over here. You're gonna get real witchcraft. And we love witchcraft. We ain't got no problem with it. Even when I had wars with other witches. Well, it was this one witch, boy, she was just on me for years. And I know she's an authentic witch. And so it's just, hey, I always fair when it comes to witchy wars. It is what it is. I ain't about to sit up here and go, oh God, this witchcraft is horrible. I've got people throwing things at me. Well then you ain't no witch then. Okay. I have no idea. I have no idea, but all I do know is that and then also people disrespecting other people's deities. So it's a lot of blasphemy that's going on. And just because you're a Christian doesn't mean, or because you go to church, that you can commit blasphemy. And there are a lot of them that are committing blasphemy. Okay. But we all in over here. Okay. I love me some witchcraft. It's my first love. And well, it is my first love. I love everything about it. I read about witchcraft. Sometimes every movie that I can watch that involves witches, I watch it. It's something that I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy. But it's kind of an embarrassment to see people on here so foolish that would sit up here and use these systems that were created by witches and then down witches. Like, yeah, it kind of it's very headachy energy. It is, but anyway, so I gotta go, y'all. It's 3 in the morning. I gotta go. I'm tired. I'm about to go to sleep. Y'all have a good evening. I promise I'll be back tomorrow with the rest of the readings. I promise. Okay. In the meantime, yeah, as we draw closer to October, especially, this is when because I noticed today it was cold. It was cold the other day. It was just cold because the temperature has changed already. It's September. Okay. And so as we get closer to October, you notice that the veil becomes thinner. And I do like to do my medium readings. In fact, I'm waiting for some more white candles to get here, um, so that I can do some more channeling and readings of spirits and stuff. And so, this is a good time to start connecting with your ancestors, especially if you have problems. Connect with your ancestors. Connect with your ancestors. If you don't know how to, then learn how. Okay. And not some crazy person online. There's people that right now they need to be doing certain workings, but instead they're online piddling around, you know? So it's weird. So I don't know. And a lot of people will say, well, don't listen to her. She don't know nothing. And it's like, okay, well, if you don't listen to me, that's fine. But that's why you're going to continue to have problems. Okay. And if you're a reader, you need to be cleansing yourself at least every new moon. Okay. Cleanse yourself on the new moon, uncross yourself on the full moon. That's kind of the way that I do my schedule. So, all right, y'all. I will see y'all later. Y'all have a happy witchy Monday. Yes. Okay. And I'm going to do my, um, today is Monday. So today I will also go live, and we are doing a Shiva invocation. Today. I love invoking Shiva. And then also I'll be making my offerings and doing some wolf protection for the circle too. So, that'll be nice. So make sure that y'all do that too, because as we draw closer to this full moon, oh my God. Talk about high. high octane energy. It's gonna be very, very, very. It's gonna pop almost like a freaking balloon or something. Just bam, it's gonna pop a lot of stuff. So, all right, y'all. I'll see y'all later.